Hey, everybody, welcome to today's live and welcome to my first live stream of the Layover Lounge. So, this live stream is going to be when I'm here, not in the Dominican Republic, but I'm here still at home on my way to the Dominican Republic. Um, so, that's what I'm going to be doing here with this. And then I'm going to be doing live streams as well when I'm in the Dominican Republic. I don't know how many yet, um, but I'm definitely going to be doing some. I'm getting some feedback here. My apologies. Um, okay, so I have a set of things I'm going to talk about right off the hop, and then I'll open it up and we'll answer some questions. So we're getting ready. Usually, well, we were going through our stories today on Facebook, and we've been in the DR for the last 2 years right now. So this year, we decided to only go for 2 months, not for 3 months. So we're a little behind this year, but we decided to only go 2 months, not three this year, and we're sticking to the plan. So that's what we're doing. So we're heading down to the DR near the end of the month. And so now it's time for us to start talking about our e-ticket and our preparing to get down to the DR. So, sorry, I'm just going to try and find a way to. I'm getting some feedback here. Okay, there, that might be better. Can you still hear me on there? I think people can probably still hear me. Yeah. Okay. Good. Sorry, I just had a little bit of technical difficulties there. So we're heading down to the DR at the end of the month. So now we're starting to prepare for getting down there. And the first thing we're doing is we're going to be doing our e-ticket. Now you can do your e-ticket 2 to 3 weeks out. I see lots of questions about the e-ticket in the groups and forums and stuff. So the e-ticket's pretty straightforward. You do have to fill it out before you arrive at the airport. So years ago, it used to be done on the plane, but now you have to do it before you arrive at the airport. I know when we check our bags, before we even get to do that, we have to show that we have our e-ticket already filled out. And if you don't have it done, by the time you get to the airport, they're going to make you do it like right there in the airport. So that's how our airlines in Canada work. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same everywhere else, United States, Europe. So you're going to want your e-ticket. I think the biggest advantage to doing the e-ticket before you go to is do your return the same time you do your departure. So your arrival and your departure, I do them at the same time. I did it before. I used to do it like at the resort before I would leave. I'd be like, well, I'm just going to do my e-ticket on the way in, and then I'll do my e-ticket on the way out. Cause I'm like, I don't know what souvenirs I'm going to have or that sort of thing. But really it's pretty straightforward, and it's just so much easier to do the e-ticket at the same time. So now when I'm at home, even for a 2-month stay that we're going to be doing this year, I'm going to do my arrival and my departure at the same time. So when I'm down there, I don't have to be thinking about it or do it. I just fill it all out at the same time, and it's a lot easier. And there's a lot less information. You don't have to go through the whole process again. When you do it at the same time, you're going to put in all your travelers and all your passport numbers and stuff. And there's just less information you have to punch in for the second time around. So that's another reason why I like it. So that's the e-ticket. It's pretty straightforward once you get in there, and it is free. So if you ever get a pop-up that says the e-ticket's $20 or $30, just know that that's not the real e-ticket website. You go to the Dominican Republic website, and the e-ticket's there, and it's free for you to use. So if you're paying for it, then it could still be the e-ticket, but you're paying them, and then they'll be like, okay, now we're going to redirect you to the website. So if you notice that you have to pay for it, it's not the right one. Keep looking until you find it. And the e-ticket is free. So, and it's on the Dominican Republic website. So now that's the e-ticket. Also preparing for travel, like we're doing all our insurance as well. Now we use Manulife. Here's this little card. I thought I would just kind of show this. This is our names and stuff. It's an old policy number. So this is what we had last year. And I'll be doing the same thing again this year. And the reason why I'm showing this little paper card is I printed this off the internet. So when I bought my policy, I was able to print this off, and then I would write our names, the effective date, and the date of expiry, and then as well, I also write the policy number here, and I do about 2 or 3 copies for each of us on paper, and then I also have a copy of it in my cell phone as well. But I'm a little old school in the way where I like to have this paper on me when we're walking around. So, when we go anywhere, I have a copy of each of these paper. I have it in my phone, and then I also have it in my backpack. So, say something happens in your phone's dead, you can't turn it on. Well, you've got a paper copy right here. So I just know I have electronic and paper everywhere I go. I have a copy of this, so I'm covered. If something happens, I know I'm taken care of. So that's insurance. I highly recommend you get travel insurance if you're going, I guess, travel anywhere. I think just common sense, but that's what we use. We're Canadian and we use Manulife, and we know that it works. I talked about this in a prior stream as well. But we've actually used it several times, and then we've also used it when we got home too. We've paid for care while we're there in the Dominican Republic, and then we've paid for it when we got home. So that's that. That's your e-ticket. That's your travel insurance. Packing. I think it's kind of funny. I thought about making a video about what I pack to go to the Dominican Republic, because I think most people, well, 99% of people probably don't pack what I end up packing. So I think that could kind of be a funny video. But there's also some long-term travelers here too that go to the DR. So I'm sure a lot of people pack the same stuff when you're staying long-term. But yeah, that's that. So that's getting prepared to get down to the DR. Next, I want to talk about private transfer versus provided transfer. So we're arriving in the DR this year, and in a few weeks. And I was saying to Lauren, like, I think this year I really want to do like the provided transfer. So what we did is we bought a package from an airline, and we're going to go to a resort as soon as we get there. And I'm going to tell you what resort we're going to here in a minute. So I thought this time, we've never taken the provided provided transfer. We've always taken a private. So we get to the airport, we get our bags, and then we get our private transfer. There's a few different ways you can do that. But if you're looking for a reliable private transfer, I suggest just going to Google and checking it out there. You're going to get a list of companies, and you're going to notice they all have between 200 to 300 reviews. And they're all pretty good. Like, they're between 4 and 5. So they're all going to be good. They're all going to be around the same price as well. So it depends where you're going, what resort you're going to. If you're going further out, if you're going to Meaches or the Hard Rock, then you know what, it's going to cost you a bit more money. You're further away. La Romana, though, if you're going there, you can expect to pay around between 110 to 125, depending on how many people you have and how many bags you have. So I was thinking I wanted to do the provided transfer because we've never done that before. But now I've kind of decided that maybe I do want to go back to a private transfer. So I haven't really decided yet, but there is some huge advantages to private transfer. And we pay to get our luggage out faster. So with our airline, we pay a little bit more so that we can get, we're not waiting as long to pick up our luggage. So for me, I'm kind of thinking about it, and we did that again this year. So if I'm paying for like priority luggage, and then I'm going to be waiting for people that don't have priority luggage, it kind of doesn't really make sense. I paid more for the priority luggage. It kind of makes more sense to go get private transfer as well. So we'll see how that works. I haven't really decided yet. But provided transfer or private, I'm not too sure. Let me know what you think about that. We'll see what happens, but I did thought it'd be kind of fun to try the provided because I've never done that before. So see what that's all about. So next I'm going to talk about Punta Cana or La Romana. Now, I just put up a video about this about 2 weeks ago, and this video did really well. It's my best video to date for views and watch time hours. So it really did really well. And it definitely seems to be a good topic because it is kind of a real decision to make. Is it Punta Cana or La Romana? Where are you going to have a better vacation? So I guess there's lots to talk about here, but I figured just because I'd done a video on this recently, I would talk about it again a little bit more. But with Punta Cana, you're going to get more selection of resorts. There's a more variety there. You're going to get bigger resorts. But with La Romana, there's not as much selection there. But the water is just better. In my opinion, I don't even think you could really compare the two. The water, if you're a swimmer, if you're a beach person and you just love being in the water, then La Romana, you know what, it's going to be probably the better option for you. There's lots of people that go to Punta Cana or have been to Punta Cana and have never been to La Romana. And I think after watching the video, I've gotten a lot of feedback about that. And it's definitely not as popular of a destination for people to go to. But there is really a lot of benefits of going to La Romana. So it's something I guess really you have to consider doing your research and see what you want out of your vacation, whether it's the resort or whether it's the water. Now, the resorts are great in La Romana too. It's not that they're not good. It's just you're going to get more selection in Punta Cana. And there's a new resort being built in Punta Cana right now. And it's supposed to be ready, I think, in the spring. But we checked with our travel provider that we use, and I think they're booking in the fall. But this is going to be a massive resort. And I know I definitely want to go check this out when it opens. But what is this resort called again? Do we know? It's Moon, right? Moon Palace?
Moon, yeah. Let me find out.
I think it's called Moon Palace. Moon Palace Punta Cana, something like this. But it's an absolutely massive resort. This place looks like it's going to be amazing. Like this is going to kind of probably give Hard Rock kind of it's going to be, I think, a competitor for the Hard Rock. It's just
beside the Hard Rock.
Yeah, and it's right close to the Hard Rock as well too.
Yeah,
So it's called Moon Palace, and this is going to be a huge resort. So that's exciting. That's going to be, so there's lots of resorts and things happening in Punta Cana. There's just more selection there than there is in La Romana. But yeah, it'll be really neat to see what's going to happen with that place. And, I think it's going to be a pretty hot resort there for a while when it first opens. Like people are going to want to get down there and be checking this out, right? It's going to be a new resort and it looks massive. It looks amazing. Even like, it looks like to me, like in different parts of the resort, it looks like there's like a Taj Mahal area, then there's like a castle area, and then there's like all these different themes going on, but the
pools are insane.
And the pools are like incredible. So it really looks like an awesome resort. And that'll be awesome to check out. So that's definitely going to be on my to-do list, is the Moon Palace Resort, Punta Cana. That looks good. So I don't know if anyone else has heard about the Moon Palace Resort yet or not, but if you haven't, check it out because it looks absolutely amazing. All right, just having my sparkling water. Okay, so now I guess I'll do my resort reveal. So we've been looking at this resort for a while now, a few years, and that's where we're gonna kick off this year down in the DR, and we are going to, drum roll, Lopesan. That's right. So super stoked about this resort. So we are going to Lopesan for a week when we arrive in Punta Cana, and then from Lopesan we're going to be going down to La Romana, and then we're going to be jumping around different places down there. So super stoked about Lopesan. I've been eyeing this property for a few years now. And we haven't gone there yet. So I'm excited to go. It's a pricier resort, so it's up there. In my personal opinion, I feel like Lopesan is probably, it's near the top of like probably one of the more higher end properties in Punta Cana. Obviously, Moon Palace is gonna take its place, and not that it was the best, but I think Lopesan is pretty far up there. Like it's going to be within, I would say, the top five, in my opinion. Um, I think it's right up there with Hard Rock, and so yeah, really excited about Lopesan. I'm excited to get in there because it costs a lot, and we're going in peak season. And I did want to go in peak season. I have watched other videos of Lopesan, and a lot of those videos are in off season. So I wanted to make sure that we went in peak season, so I can really see. And when I get there and film the video, I'm going to really be able to show like what this resort is like in peak season. Um, but it'll be interesting to see what it's like at Lopesan, because I think right now going into it, I have like really high expectations for it. Not high expectations, but like, you pay a lot more to go to Lopesan, so you expect more. And I'm just interested to see the difference between Lopesan and say like Dreams La Romana Resort and Spa, or Dreams Dominicus, or Dreams the Hacienda Iberostar. So it'll be interesting to see how it kind of stacks up with other resorts. But it should be amazing. Now, I do spend a lot of time before I go to resorts. I spend a lot of time reading what people are talking about the resorts. So I don't always get involved with the conversations, but I just like to read on different platforms what people are talking about, different groups. I join them all before I go to the resort, so I can see what people's issues are when they're at the resort. And then what I want to do this year is I want to kind of go into these resorts knowing kind of the common thing that people are talking about. Like, for instance, I'll give you one at Lopesan that is kind of an issue with people, and they talk about the boats that park in front of the beach. So the number one complaint I hear about Lopesan is that there's all the boats that are there, and they're because the excursion providers and stuff like that are all parked there. Now, I knew that before booking the resort. I'm aware that there's a lot of boats that are parked out front. Now, there seems to be, that's kind of one of the common complaint that I've seen. So, and there's others too. I won't give them all away, but I definitely go into these forums and these groups, and I listen and I read and see what people are saying. And then I want to kind of go in and bring that information with me. And then maybe I can address some of these issues in the video and say, well, you know what? I agree with you on that. Like, I've heard a lot of people talk about the boats. Well, yeah, there are boats here for sure. Does it really affect me? Yes or no? I don't know yet. I haven't been there. And then I'll just kind of address these different things throughout the video. And I think that'll be helpful, because when you're booking a resort, say you're going to book Lopesan, it's a lot of money. So I'm not the only one going into the groups. Everyone's going in and they're reading the reviews, right? We all do that to see, what's going on. And when you read 20 reviews and 15 of them say that the boats are an issue, well, then you're probably going to assume that, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to believe the 15 and not the 5, right? So I think the things that we all read about the resorts that come up a lot, I want to address them. Now, just because 15 people talk about it doesn't make it true, but I definitely want to kind of bring that into my content this year, and answer those questions as I go along. Because if people are talking about it, then I know it's obviously it's on people's minds. And so I've been really studying this year and listening for the last 3-4 months, the resorts we're going to be going to. And I want to bring that in and include that in the videos. So we had a question here. Please let us know if you.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Oh, okay, sorry, that was Lauren. So yeah, so I'm excited to do that. I think it'll help the videos, and it'll just add a little bit extra to it, and I'm excited to do that. So that's where we're heading to, is Lopesan, and really stoked about that resort. And then of course we have the other resorts in La Romana that we're going to be going to on the beach. And then we still have 1 week that is not booked yet. So we're kind of deciding between where we go. So we have 1 week open where we're not really decided what we're going to do yet. We have thought about going back to Casa de Campo. That's kind of really high on our list to go back there. And I would really like to shoot that video again. I would really love to go back and redo that again. So we may go back to Casa de Campo again for another week, but we may also head over to Meaches because that's a new part of the island we've never been to. And then we may also go back to Punta Cana. So we're not sure yet. But I think as of right now, I think we have about 6 or 7 resorts booked right now that we're going to be staying at on this next 2-month trip. So there's going to be lots of content coming, and I'm going to be doing some repeats. I've already talked about Dreams Dominicus, La Romana. I'm going to be going back there. That's booked. So we'll be going back to Dreams Dominicus. There's a few things that I didn't include with the video last year. So this video this year is going to include some more information about the resorts, and we're going to go from there. But we'll see where we end up at the last week. I'm kind of thinking that, Casa de Campo, I mean, I just absolutely love it there. So that might be where we end up. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see where we end up here.
Read that comment.
So read this. I'm going to Lopesan February 1st. Looking forward to getting your perspective on that resort. Love your content. Keep it up. Okay, so it's Abe. I'm assuming your name is Abe. So you're going to Lopesan February 1st. That's awesome. Where are you coming from, Abe? Where are you traveling from? You don't have to share it if you don't want to, but so we got another Lopesan traveler. Well, I'm going to say this. You probably won't be able to see the video until after you've been there. So Long Island, New York. There you go. So Long Island, New York. Yeah. So you know what? The video is probably going to come out after you're there, but it'll be interesting to see, how our perspective and your perspective. But so, hey, we've got another Lopesan traveler in the live stream. That's amazing. Yeah. So, you're another Lopesan person. I don't know if you've been there before or not. We haven't been there. This is my first time. I've wanted to go here for so long. And for the last 2 years, I've been eyeing this. And then this year is like, finally, that's it. We're going. Gonna just pay the price and get in there and do Lopesan for a week. So really excited about it. And I mean, you've got to be excited about that too. Lopesan's up there. Like I believe that Lopesan and the Hard Rock are I believe that's probably one of the bigger competitors for Hard Rock, right? It's a larger resort. It's I don't know. I got some high hopes for it, but it's cool. This is the first time us going to, I think, a resort of this caliber, with this size. I think this is probably one of the nicer resorts we've ever been to. That's what I'm thinking right now. So we'll see how it all plays out. But yeah, that's sweet. So you're going from Long Island down into Punta Cana into Lopesan. So that's awesome. Yeah, Lopesan's going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm sure you're going to have a great trip. I know for sure the one downfall to Lopesan that I know right now is that kids can't go into the steakhouse. So that's good if you don't have kids, right? Obviously, I mean, that's not an issue. And it's probably nice if you don't have kids because you're thinking, well, nice. We have one restaurant where we don't have to listen to screaming children. So that's kind of a downfall for us because we're a family and we obviously eat together. So we've been kind of discussing it. I'm like, well, I got to go in and I got to film the steakhouse. So, maybe I'll just book the a la carte and I'll just go in one night to film it and then just kind of get out. So I don't know yet how we're going to do that or if I'm just going to leave the steakhouse out. But we'll see. But I think that's the only real like that was my only real downfall that I knew about Lopesan before booking it was the steakhouse, because we love that. Like we love going to the steakhouse at the resort. So but I mean, it's not, it's not a deal breaker for us. It's just the way it is. I have read on different forums though that some people have got in. So with kids. So I don't know. Now, that being said, like our daughter River, she's like the perfect little kid. So she doesn't make any noise. She's not throwing stuff or screaming or no, I want this, I want that. She's just like, she's a great kid. So if she was in there, I'm just saying, if we snuck her in or something, it wouldn't be, and she loves steak. No one would ever know. You could put us over in the corner by the window, no one will see us, we'll just, I don't know, well, she'll be fine. No one would ever even know it. And it wouldn't disrupt the adults only a la carte. I promise you that. But I have a feeling if I tell the people at Lopesan that, they still won't listen. So I'm thinking it won't happen. But what I could try though, and see if this works, is I could bring like a 20, maybe a 50, and see if we can get in that way. But we'll see. No, I don't think it's going to happen. But I have read that some people claim they've gotten kids in, and some people say it doesn't happen. So I don't know. We'll see. But no, it's not a deal breaker for us. I think what I'm really excited about Lopesan too is I think the entertainment's going to be really good at the theater. So I'm excited about the theater at Lopesan, as well, the food and the drinks. So I really want to see like the a la carte, when you pay this price tag, like how much better do the a la cartes get? Or are they still just kind of like, yeah, it's like all inclusive a la cartes. So I'm really interested about that. Then there's also a few bars in there too. Like you have the Scottish pub. I'm really interested to see that. It seems like there's a real atmosphere in there. And then I'm also excited to see that part of the beach. Like it's further down towards the Hard Rock. So that'll be nice. And I'm not really worried about the boats. The boats don't really bother me. So I know that won't be an issue. But I think just the grounds, and what I've heard a lot about is at nighttime. Like Lopesan's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous at nighttime, the way it's all lit up. The videos I've watched up to now, people are just talking about like the camera just doesn't do it justice. Like it's absolutely beautiful there at nighttime walking around. So I'm excited for that, to get down there and see it. And believe it or not, I actually bought a camera this year that I'm taking down. Well, I bought one camera and then I changed my mind and then I got another one, really just to film Lopesan. So that's how like much I'm looking forward to this resort. But I really wanted something that would really handle low light capabilities, and I could really capture, the atmosphere at nighttime at Lopesan. So that's kind of, I know there's a real atmosphere there and I want to be able to capture that. So really looking forward to that as well. And I wonder what room you booked. Doesn't matter. But I kind of looked into the rooms a lot too. I'll probably save it for the video, but I think I picked the right room. It was a little confusing. I heard a couple different opinions on that. So this video, I know for sure I really want to go over the rooms and talk about like, if this is the view you want, this is the room. So I'll just say like, I looked at like the ocean view rooms, and then I also looked at the pool view rooms, but I feel like the pool view is going to be a better view than the ocean view, because you could be on the outside of the resort. And if you're at the outside of the resort, you're going to be looking, if you're on the outside of the resort and you get ocean view, yes, you will have an ocean view, but there's also a market right beside. And like it's all the tin roofs and stuff there, right? So I did watch one where they got the ocean view, they upgraded to the ocean view, and they kind of wished they went with the pool view. So I upgraded our room to a pool view, which I think, from what I can tell, Lopesan's kind of built like in a U. So the buildings kind of go around, and then the resort is in the center. So I booked a pool view, assuming that I'm going to get views of the pool and the ocean. So I'm kind of guessing that that's probably going to be a better bet. for getting a better view from your balcony than say going for just the strictly ocean view. Ocean view might put you to the outside of the building and you may be looking at another roof from another resort, or who knows what you're going to be looking at on the outside. So that's why I went with the pool view room, because I figured I would get a view of the inside, kind of like the courtyard. And that is kind of what I wanted to film. I wanted to film from there, and that's kind of the view I wanted. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, so that's going to be Lopesand. Super stoked about that. So excited to get down there, and I'm excited to make that video. Hopefully that video does well. It's an awesome resort, so really excited to get in there and film that one. And then as well, I'm also, when I'm down there, I'm just going to be filming like a lot of like probably the advantages of vacationing in La Romana, and because that seems to be a pretty popular topic with people. So, and then just showcasing the area more. I'm going to be doing stuff around there, the town of Dominicus and Bayahibe. I know I definitely want to do like Bayahibe at night and kind of show like the village of Bayahibe and what's going on, because there's a lot of restaurants there and there's a lot of expats there. So you've got a lot of North Americans, a lot of Europeans that live there, and they all come out at night. And I think I just really want to show that part of the island, and how there's like this real community of people there that just live like normal lives down there. So I think that's interesting to kind of show that other perspective of the Dominican Republic. It's fun videos to make showing what life is like there. But it definitely doesn't do as well in the videos. The videos that do better are definitely the resort videos. So that's why I do a mix of both. And I love both. I love going to the resorts. Like I'm excited to go to Lopesand. Like, I'm absolutely excited. And then you know what? When Lopesand's done, I'm going to be excited to leave there and get down to the Caribbean Sea. So, I mean, I like both. There's not one I like more than the other. Well, I probably like, if I was to like, if someone said, okay, here, you can stay at Lopesand for 2 months, or you can stay on the Caribbean Sea for 2 months. Where do you want to go? I would say the Caribbean Sea. I would say I wouldn't want to stay at Lopesand or anywhere for 2 months. I definitely would want to stay at the Caribbean Sea, and I'd probably stay, in the places we've stayed. I mean, I just like it that much. And I think I want to kind of showcase that a lot this year too, and the benefits of that. So it's a total different vibe. There's great things at the resorts that I love, and then there's great things off the resort that I absolutely love too. So I think it's good to experience both and show both in the videos. So yeah, so that is what's happening. I wanted to get on and do a quick live and kind of just talk about a few things, and just let you guys know that I'm still here. Going Coconuts is still here, still making videos. We're getting ready to get down there soon, so it's gonna be exciting, and I'll be definitely pumping out a lot more content once we get down there. And I've got lots of ideas of things I want to film and things I want to show. So I'm really excited about that. I'm probably going to be doing some live streaming there too. Not like a whole lot of live streaming, but I probably will do some like random stuff too. If I'm just walking around Dominicus or whatever, I'm probably going to be doing some live streams. I might do like a beach walk too. We'll see how it goes. But definitely, we'll definitely be making videos and getting those videos up and just showing really what life is like there in the DR, and then having a blast at the resorts. So I guess that's going to be it for today's live. Thank you everybody for watching the lives. Thank you for everybody that has subscribed. I've had a lot of new subscribers join here recently, mainly from my last video, the Punta Cana versus La Romana. And I'm really going to kind of dig deeper on that on this trip, and then really try and show people the differences between the two, and what you can expect in La Romana. And, and I'm going to have a blast doing it. So that's the best part about it. So, all right, I guess that's it for today. thank you everybody for coming in and seeing the live stream. Stay tuned. Got lots of content coming your way. If you have anything like lope sand related that you'd like to know, or anything specific about lope sand that I can keep in mind when I film, let me know in the comments, and I'll add that to the video. And yeah, happy trails. Enjoy your next vacation. Yes, James, thank you very much. And enjoy your next trip to the DR as well. Abe, enjoy Lopesan. Have a blast there. You know what? When you're finished at Lopesan, leave a comment somewhere, whether it's on the stream or on the Lopesan video, and just check in and let me know what you thought about Lopesan. Did it blow your mind or not? I hope it does. Abe, I hope it blows our mind. I've got high hopes for this. It's very exciting to be waiting for this resort. So, yeah, let me know how that went, and everybody else too. Everybody else, and any resorts you've been to, let me know. I love the travel talk, and I love hearing about the resorts people are going to and what people are up to. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for today. But you know what? Have a wonderful Saturday afternoon. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for saying hello. And you know what? I'll see you in the next one. Oh, okay, here. Oh, I was just going to close it, and then we got another comment here. So I'll read this one here. Okay, so.
Good.
Oh, so FYI, for your information, Catalonia and La Romana was great 1 month ago. Awesome. So Catalonia, La Romana was great. So James, obviously you were in Catalonia. We've never been to the Catalonia in La Romana. So it's one of the ones that we just haven't been to yet. Well, there's a couple still. We still haven't been to Dreams, La Romana Resort and Spa. So we haven't been to that one yet either. But been to Dreams, Sunscape, Hacienda, Casa de Campo, and Viva. So yeah, haven't been to the Catalonia yet, but yeah, you know what? And it's up there too. Like the Catalonia's, it's a pricey resort too. So I've heard great things about that place. And I definitely want to check it out. I will get there one day. So, and James is saying that it was great. So that's awesome. You know what? It's great to hear when people come back from vacation and they say, you know what, this resort was great, and I think that's the best thing. There's, we're spending all this money to go down south and that, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of hard earned money that we're putting out for this time. And, I just think it's so important to just, go down and see the best in everything and just have a blast no matter what happens or things aren't perfect. Well, you know what? Things just aren't perfect. But you know what? I love hearing that. Catalonia was great. That's awesome, right? So that's good, man. And I walk by Catalonia a lot, man. And I'll tell you, I know it's got to be the privileged bar, the beach bar, because I walk by that beach bar. And as far as I'm concerned, other than the Hacienda, like the Catalonia has the best beach bar. It's like sitting right there. I just love that. I walk by and I say, like, you can tell that's privileged, the privileged beach bar. But I just love the setup there. Like Catalonia's done it so well. When you go to like the Dreams, it's further back. Well, there's one kind of over here. Yeah, James says it is. Yeah. Dreams has one kind of tucked away, but I think it's probably a preferred two. But then you've got Hacienda. Well, Hacienda is right there too. So they've got the lighthouse. Sunscape, you don't really have anything. You got to walk in back there. I think it's not called Sharkies. I think it's actually called Coconuts. That bar. But yeah, so I really like how like the Catalonia's got it like right there, and you're on the Caribbean Sea. Like they just did that right. I just walked by Catalonia and I say, man, they did that right. Like, you have beautiful view there. And so yeah, that's a great resort. Okay. Well, that's awesome, James. Appreciate you sharing that. Okay. So I guess that's it for today. Thanks everybody for stopping in, saying hello, watching the videos, subscribing. Appreciate it. And we will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.